So I am Sergeant Hadley. This is 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charger Company, 1-5 Infantry Battalion. Our mission is to conduct a raid to destroy enemy mortar team. I'll repeat, our mission is to conduct a raid to destroy enemy mortar team. On OBJ Phantom at uniform, Foxtrot 119er 7318 Fowler, no later than 30:0200, August 24th, in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion main effort. The purpose of this operation is to conduct a raid to destroy enemy mortar team and deny enemy influence on the battalion main effort, as I stated earlier. We will accomplish this task by conducting infiltration and raid with a frontal attack with support by fire and in isolation from enemy reinforcements. Decisive to this operation is quick execution and undetected occupations of positions and initiation by support by fire, and lastly, avoiding the CSK squad 500 meters away. This is decisive because it destroys the mortar team with surprise and quick tempo, preventing further enemy reinforcements from influencing the fight. The risk assumed is us being a small force without reinforcements are conducting a raid that cannot completely isolate the objective. This is mitigated by route selection and having a small unit for ideal infiltration and alternate routes for withdrawal. For the main effort, it's going to be our Alpha team tasked with destroying Objective Phantom, and the purpose being denying enemy influence on the battalion main effort. Support effort 1 is going to be the gun team tasked with support by fire in order to enable suppression of the enemy. Support effort 2 is going to be Bravo team tasked with isolation and interdicting in order to prevent enemy reinforcement influence. Now onto our COA. So I'm going to get into the COA sketch, just kind of orient you with the map. So we have our north arrow, and then we're gonna get into the terrain model as well, but this is just kind of what it looks like. So we have, we see screening moving eastward from the enemy. So everything we're doing is moving westward. That's just kind of what the map looks like. But getting into the concept of operation by phase, for plan and prepare, it begins with the receipt of the mission, and it ends with getting to the patrol base. The movement approach phase begins with the patrol base and ends at the ORP. Isolating and studying conditions starts at the ORP and ends at initiating on OBJ Phantom. And then for acting on the objective phase, that begins at the initiation on objective and ends with squad reconsolidation at ORP. And for the consolidation reorganization phase, it begins with reconsolidation at the ORP and ends with the long haul 1 click away. So now getting into our scheme of maneuver, we're going to have 3 GOTWAs total, beginning with the Leader's Recon GOTWA. This goes to everyone remaining at the ORP, giving distance and direction and terrain features where the release point is. For our Leader's Recon GOTWA, it's got the G is going to be Leader's Recon, O being SL and AG1, Alpha Team, AR, Bravo Team, Rifleman, Alpha Team, Grenadier, Alpha Team, Rifleman, Alpha Team Leader, Bravo Team, Grenadier. The T is going to be 1.5 hours. W, contact via radio, wait 30 minutes at least, and then radio hire. A, if Leader's Recon takes contact, break contact back to ORP and abort the mission. If ORP takes contact, you're going to have to wait until Leader's Recon comes back for support. For civilians, radio hire and restrain them and bring them with us if possible. So getting into the second one, we're trying to get positive identification of OBJ at the release point to know if they're there or not. So we're going to place SNO who have eyes on at all times on the objective, and we're going to give them a GOTWA as well. So giving them a GOTWA, it's going to be the S for the SNO team is going to be, the G for the SNO team is going to be complete Leader's Recon and Retrieve squad from ORP. The O being Alpha Team Leader, Bravo Team Leader, and SNO. The T being 1 hour. W being contact via radio, wait 30 minutes. If no contact, return back to the ORP. A, break contact back to ORP. And then lastly, at the support by fire position, we're gonna mark, let me just orient you with the map actually, before I get into all the details. So we have our northern bounding at Uniform Foxtrot Tree 220. We have our our eastern bounding at Uniform Foxtrot 1200. Our ORP is northeast. Every route is moving northwest. So we have our support by fire, our gun team right here, which we mentioned earlier. is going to be the support effort. Key element to this one is lifting and shifting fire to prevent fracture side. At the SBF, we're going to mark TRPs that have identifiable kill zones just to prevent this. So we have TRP 1, TRP 2, TRP 3, TRP 4. As you can see, the objective is right here. And the assault team is going to be clearing through this element. And then getting into actions on. So as I've oriented you with this, we have first, we're going to take route Boozer southwards to the release point, where we're first emplacing the strong side security element through route Lamb, which is going to be Bravo team, support element 2, moving westward along the road where we first see the CSK squad coming from. Next, we're going to have route Lum. It's going to take gun team, which is support by fire, which is oriented down these phase lines perpendicular to. And then we're going to have route Cam, takes Alpha team, which is our main element, which is going to be basically assaulting through these phase lines on OBJ Phantom. And then every route back for exfiltration will be route Tucker. And route Tucker is also going to be Bravo team's weak side security element, which is also technically not weak side security because it's pointed westward, because that's where we see enemy coming from. As we talked about in the COA sketch, the enemy screening is all facing eastward. So with actions on in general, this phase will be in weapons free. I will initiate an M4 shot and support by fire. We'll start between TRPs 1 and TRP 3. Assault. Once this happens, the assault will radio back moving, and they will assault through radio PL Cindy. So we have 4 PLs. We have PL Lum, PL Ice, PL Cindy, PL Smoney. So once they get to around TRP 3 or PL Cindy, once they're through the objective, that's when they're gonna, through successive bounding, they're gonna engage any enemy target lines in their lanes. So at this point, once we're at PL Cindy, we should have dominance of the battlefield. The decisive point should be achieved in the mortar team. And then once we assault one more time through shifting lifting fire on my command, you're gonna get to PL Shmoney, which is the LOA. And once you get to LOA, yell LOA, LOA. Alpha team leader and Alpha team AR will conduct EPWs. Rifle team and Grenadier are aid and litter if needed. And if the enemy CSK squad comes, we should have claymores along the road. This should all be hasty. This is a quick lace report, also from the team leader. And then for the red, white, and blue plan, so it's gonna be ass backwards. So it's gonna start with it's just gonna be ass. So it's gonna be assault team is gonna get out first through the release point. We're all taking the same route in route Tucker to maximize concealment and maximize speed. And then after that, it's gonna be support by fire. He's gonna get out route Lum. And then lastly, it's gonna be Bravo team security element is gonna get out through the RP. At this point, we will pass LDA crossing. So these 2 crossings, support by fire is going to conduct security, and it's going to be a hasty LDA crossing because we only have 10 minutes once again. And this phase ends with squad reconsolidation at the ORP. So once we're reconsolidated at the ORP, we get into phase 5, consolidation and reorganization. So this is 360 security at the ORP. Support by fire should be oriented down route Tucker. We're moving as fast as possible to minimize how long it takes to get accountability while still knowing how many people are with us. We're grabbing our rut secs, we're getting out of there as soon as we can. And then once we get to the long halt, we're gonna have a modified patrol base. We're gonna treat casualties, conduct lace report, getting ammo, water, weapons checks, cross consolidation for ammo and magazines. And then we're gonna radio check with platoon headquarters every half hour. So next, we're getting coordinating instructions. So for PIRs, ID of enemy presence on OBJ Phantom, enemy troop and equipment. enemy reinforcements in support of OBJ Phantom, and then elements larger than squad size, because we're always trying to fight in a 3-to-1 ratio. We're not trying to fight a fair fight. For FFIRs, information requirements include if we have friendly casualties, it's going to be hasty treatment and get as far away from the objective as you can, get closer to the ORP to conduct any treatment. And then for loss of key weapon systems through malfunctions or malfunctions, just cover down. We're not going to really have time to think about it. It's going to be 10 minutes once again. Elements, hard or soft compromise, just radio higher. For PCCs and PCIs, uniforms, camo, water, thermals, weapon systems, and ensure that Support by Fire has their range cards. For priorities of rehearsal, we're really going to focus on the shifting and lifting fire on Support by Fire, because we're trying to prevent fratricide at all costs. As you can see, they're pointed in the same direction that they're coming through the phase line, and we want to make sure the timing is good enough and we've rehearsed well enough where they're shifting, lifting at the right times to prevent any miscommunication. Next, the priority is fire control at Support by Fire. We talked about sustained rate. And then 3 is exfiltration. 4 is contingencies, which is ambush. And then also, once we're getting to RPs, once we're getting back to the ORP, that's when I will call for the IDF along this western route for the CSK. And then lastly, finishing the reconsolidation, we're just going to talk about timelines. So timelines, task order must be in effect by 29/0600, August 24th. Initiation on OBJ Phantom is 30/1850, August 24th. And then I said a million times, OBJ Phantom must be destroyed no later than 1900, August 24th, giving you 10 minutes to complete it. Thank you. That concludes my brief.